So, what are you doing? Let's see. It is 10 minutes to 12. And the reason I laughed is because I've been getting ready to come out on this ride since 6 or 6:30 this morning. And I came out and figured that I would have stuff in the on the quad to fix or maintain or whatever, maybe an hour. I even thought half an hour to an hour, because I had to put the differential back together and then fix a chain, the drive chain, and ended up with whatever that is, 4 hours or whatever. I think it actually, because I took a shower there too, so maybe it may have taken me like 3.5 hours of just messing with this thing, and the reason being, because I got it all apart and realized this was wrong extra and that was wrong extra, and I had to fix that stuff. It would have drove me crazy to put it back together if I didn't. So I did. I fixed it all. So I should have trouble-free riding for a little while anyway. I also there's some things that I noticed that if I had regular, like a schedule of maintenance, every day I had something different. Today I fixed the front wheels or I maintained the front wheels and the brakes, and then I don't mess with that for another month, and then on that date I do it again, and so on, all that stuff. Grease the chains, or whatever. Because I went and just checked the front tire just randomly. I wasn't going to work on the front tires, or the front wheels, at all, I don't think. No, I was just going to work on the drivetrain, but I wanted to find out what the right Allen was, and for the front wheels. So I put it in the socket, and it just turned to tighten. So it was very, very loose. So I do have my brakes up front, so the brake disc would have stopped it from coming off, the wheel from coming off, but that's not a good thing to have, right? And my point is that you can, if I had maintenance like a responsible human being, that may not have happened, or at least it probably would have been real loose for a smaller amount of time. So anyway, I found a couple of things like that were just that needed to be maintained. Hey there. So, but I'm glad I did. I'm glad I found that stuff. I found that, and I didn't know that I messed up my chain, but I actually broke a side of the master link off, so it was just barely hanging on anyway. So I didn't have any. I had to order another what is it, S1? Is that what it is? Single gear, chain. Ooh. Oh. Well, that's one way to do it. So I fixed the chain, then the chain tensioner that I kind of mocked up myself and made myself. The wheels, the little pulleys were kind of old and decrepit. They didn't have to be changed, but I had new ones. So I started changing those, and then I thought of a new way of using it, getting it a little bit tighter, and so I started with one of the wheels that I didn't use on Steven's trike for the tensioner on his trike. Or no, it's not a tensioner, it's a whatever. In either case, I didn't use one of them. So I'm testing that out and seeing if it'll work. And won't completely get destroyed quickly, because the little plastic ones that I've used that are made for motorcycles or go-karts and stuff work just fine, and they're pretty durable. You know, I modified them, of course, and made one of them out of two, because I took the bearing out of one and stuck it on the side of the second one, and thus made it a little bit sturdier. So those work fine. I just, I thought, why not try something else, right? It really sounds great. It sounds fantastic. It really does. I went and I blew apart the differential and cleaned the whole thing inside and out and put it back together perfectly with the right tension, the perfect tension, and all that stuff. Every time I take that differential apart, I learn something else about the drivetrain, It's pretty cool. I think it's pretty cool. I think the truing of the rear wheels is done or pretty close to being done. Because they feel pretty solid. The differential, the reason I had to blow apart the differential is because the sprocket that's on it was totally worn down. Completely worn down. It was like the teeth on the sprockets looked like hooks instead of like pyramids. So it was slightly worn. So I ordered two. I looked hard on the internet to try to get these things. Try not to get it from the place that built this for me, but to no avail. I couldn't find them, so I had to buy them from them. And then there was a couple other sprockets that I could get off the internet, and they were cheap. But those are going to get here today, and I didn't want to wait because this is my last day off. Well, for a day or two, whatever. I just had 3 days off, and I wanted to be at least riding last night and then all day today. But that didn't happen because it was brutally hot in the garage. Even with all my fans, it was hot yesterday. When I got home, I did a whole bunch of stuff yesterday. I went to the dump a couple of times and all kinds of stuff. Donated a whole bunch of stuff to the Humane Society. Did grocery shopping. Did all kinds of stuff. So when I got home finally, I didn't feel like doing much until late last night. And then, or maybe, yeah, it was late last night when it was a little bit cooler in the garage. So I went out there and I did a couple of things. I blew apart the rear axles. You know, I took the differential out and took the sprocket off, the old sprocket off, and took the chain off, the rear chain off. That's how I found out about the chain being broken, and also that's how I figured out that I wanted to replace the little pulleys, the idler pulleys. And then I got into replacing the little the little set screws I bought. I mean, I've gone nuts with this thing through the couple of years I've had it. I even have a set of different size set screws. Lots and lots of different sizes of set screws. Specifically for the rear end of this thing. So I replaced I don't know, 4 of them, maybe 3 or 4 of them, and then I didn't have the right length. I had the right size, the outside diameter, but I didn't like it because it was too short. So I used the old ones, and I just used a little pick and some cleaner to get all the gook, the old glue, you know, the thread block and all the dirt and grime that was in it. I did that on the little set screws, and I did that on the inside where the threads were. I mean, I made it very, very clean. Just to get it all ready for today, for doing it, putting it all back together again. I also, I laid everything out on the lift table, so all the tools and everything that I would need for today, so it would go quick and easy. I thought it would be half an hour or so. That would probably turn into an hour. I thought, yeah, I have it all ready. It's there. It's done, almost. But it turned out to a bit more because I just got so into it and changed everything and fixed everything, and plus last night I had to take the diamond plate back off that I am modifying to put on the back or underneath where that trunk that I use, that ballistic case that I use as a trunk. I'll have a piece of diamond plate there, It's very, very thin, very light aluminum diamond plate. I looked real hard for it to make sure it's the lightest possible, because you can get that stuff if you just go pick it up at Home Depot or whatever. It is really heavy, and I could just hear people saying, oh my God, why'd you put that on? Because it's so heavy. So I thought about it and finally tracked down some diamond plate that's ultra light. Because I've said it before, the thing that I do on my bikes I have in my life is make them bulletproof and then make them light after that. And in reality, I would have been smarter making it light and bulletproof at the same time, but I didn't. Just focus on one thing at a time. I guess maybe that's just how my brain works. I don't know. But now I'm working on the lighter stuff, But anyway, yeah, I took all that off because it wasn't quite done yet. And I have a little bit of fine tuning because it doesn't fit totally flat all the way around. It just fits flat mostly around. One corner is a little bit held up by one of the things that comes through it. It's one of the whip light mounts. They come through the little cover I'm going to put on, and they're too tight, so it doesn't go all the way down. So I'm going to just probably use some kind of file or something to file everything down real nice and smooth and everything, so it doesn't bind up on anything at all. And I think it'll be all right. But it'll look pretty cool. I picked out a color for it because I'm going to put it on top. I may have mentioned this. I think I did. I'm going to put a top on it that is right underneath the ballistic case. The ballistic case kind of sits on it, and then I'm going to put one underneath the 72 volt battery. So it's kind of like a box now, or more like a box now with no sides, and posts on the four corners. And then I'm going to put the 72 volt battery. It's going like this right now. I'm going to move it like this, right directly over the rear wheels, and I think it'll make this thing act the best it can be with it like that rather than like this, I think. Just the power to weight ratio and the center of gravity and all that stuff, I think will be better with it, with the battery like that. So we'll see. And I'll get, I still don't have the monster DC to DC converter. I don't have that mounted yet. So I'll mount that and set it on top of the diamond plate so you can see its prettiness. And the controller will for the motor will probably go on the top of the diamond plate as well. So you can see it, see what's going on down there. And then I'm going to paint it. I'm going to paint the linear actuator that's in front of me on the boom, and then each one that's on either side of me, I'm going to paint those. I think it's called anodized red, something like that. It's a really cool looking red, and I'm going to tie it all in with painting the diamond plate that color as well. And then I found some, because I want it to look so, perfect, like it was built that way, I got some edging for sheet metal, so I can edge the diamond plate around the outer edge of it, of the plate, so it looks real professional. And it does. I put it on there and fit it, and it looks awesome. It looks like it came from the factory like that, and that's what I want. I want to be able to hide the wires and just show the coolness of the quad, and that's kind of what this is doing. I mean, I hit them before as good as I could, but you still see them, So I'm going to put this on it, and that'll totally hide them, and it'll make it look neat. I'm excited about it. It's just, man, it's a lot of work getting it done. One thing I don't like about the chain, I didn't realize this, I should have when I ordered it, but didn't realize that it came with one of those crappy master links that you just squeeze it together, squeeze the chain together on to one side to fit it on there, and then put it back and it locks it in. They don't work as well as the Magic or Miracle Link or whatever it's called. So I'll have to get a couple of those so I have them in stock. Oh, but coming to that, what I did was, when I ordered the sprocket, or actually both sets of the sprocket, I bought two instead of just one. So that way, and that's kind of what I've done in the past. Like, I have for these front axle spindle thingies, I have an extra left and an extra right one in my on the shelf, the parts shelf in the garage. I have two of everything that I could think of that I would need. And then when something does go out, I make sure I get double of it. So if it goes out again, I'll be okay. So that's what I did on this last little mishap. I thought it was perfect. Everything was great. But I had an issue, so I had to correct the issue. So I just made sure that I had it the next time instead of going for a week waiting for it. Hey there. Good. I could just, if I had the inclination, I could just do it that day or the next day and it would be done. Boom. That's what I'm looking for. That's what I want. God, it's nice out here today. You don't even feel that it's 3,000 degrees because the wind is nice, There's a nice little breeze. And I'm only going 11 miles an hour, so I'm not going fast, but there is a nice breeze. It's beautiful out here. I'll see if I can get today's Friday, so Mr. Man's going to Grammy and Papa's. I'll see if I can get him to go out for a little rip with me, and we'll film it so you guys have that to watch. Hopefully you like that. You like those videos. I do. They're much more entertaining than single person videos. Especially with somebody that, you know, knows each other, you know. It's much more interactive because they, you know, usually kid around and stuff. Well, that was quick, people. All right. That's it for you. I hope you had a good time with my rambling. Hopefully you know what I've been doing with this thing over the past week that I haven't posted anything. And with that, I hope you have a great day or night or morning or whatever it is, wherever you're from. And I'll see you next time.